down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
Welcome to the party. Again, this is your time. This is for you. Pen, and you grab a pen. Anybody need a pen? Everybody got a pen? Do you need one? The agenda. You got an agenda? Anybody got an agenda? Here you go. Just leave this back there if somebody walks in. Okay, so just to be honest with you, I am not the marketing Facebook expert. Okay, so what this meetup is, it's a collaborative effort, so we all learn from each other. Everybody has experience in some form of that. Everybody's on Facebook. Has anybody made any money on Facebook? Okay, I'm the only one that's made money on Facebook. Have you sold a house on Facebook? How many houses have you sold?
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Just in general.
No, not your career. On Facebook.
I'd say a handful.
6. I have sold probably 3, and I'm maybe 5 on Facebook. I know for sure that I sold one at least 2 within a day on Facebook. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I did it, and then anyone else make any money on Facebook. You know what's interesting too is just for fun. I'm weird. I negotiate for practice. I do. I mean, and like I teach this to my child. We go to the flea market. We negotiate all the time. Well, last night for fun, I was negotiating a vehicle that I had no intended on buying yesterday, and it was a practice to see. And I'm negotiating with this person about buying this vehicle, and it wasn't even on Craigslist. And so I just did some research for today's lesson, and I noticed that people don't even post on Craigslist at all. A lot of landlords don't even post. I met a girl that has done like 90 transactions through Facebook. And so there's some ideas that I put on here. So this is our agenda that we're going to go over. This is your time. Make sure you have comments, say them. If you have questions, if you don't know, that's how we're going to learn together. The goal is to leave here with an action plan to ramp up your business. Okay, we're all cool with that? Everybody's on the same page? Okay. All right, first of all, it's a pretty basic thing. You got to have a company Facebook page. Okay? Why is that? Anybody want to answer? You don't have an answer. Why?
People can find you.
Find you, professionalism. The next thing you need to do is that you need to register with Google. If you have a home office, that might be a little bit weird, but you probably need, if you go to Google right now and zoom in your neighborhood, it's fascinating to see blank blank, mom and pop's business, mom and pop's daycare, photography. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's going to happen, that's going to revolutionize everything. Like, it's just so funny. I got the yellow pages. Did you guys get that the other day? Did anybody open the yellow pages? I did for fun. What's fascinating about the yellow pages is I was looking up DJ because I used to be a DJ. There was not even a DJ section in there anymore. How fascinating is that? It's just fascinating. So if Google is watching Facebook, we need to be using it. Okay? So you got to have a company page. One, to keep you separate from what you're doing. Hi. Is there folders back there? Yeah, grab one, and there's a pen out there. Okay. Then the next thing you need to do that I've been testing for a while, I don't know if you follow me. Does anybody follow me on Facebook at all? Okay. But did you notice my content? I've been like just dripping content. Well, that's how you engage your potential customer. And so you've got to continue to keep them going. Now, if you are going to have a Facebook page, company page dedicated to renting out units, for example, if you own an apartment building, you probably should have one Facebook company page dedicated to that. So like for me, for example, I own this building. I probably should have a Facebook company webpage for this building, right? Now, all this takes time and money. There's a way that you could outsource this if you want to. Or if we have time, we can get into that. If that's a question that you want to talk about, write that down and I can tell you how to do that. But the most important thing is, like, I've read a ton of books on this stuff. You have to be authentic and you have to engage. And it has to be genuine. So if you follow my Facebook at all, I've been testing this. Like, all of my stuff has been authentic or legitimate stuff that's going to empower you or help you. Okay, so don't just get on your company webpage and you're going to try to make money on this deal, or you're going to try, all of a sudden you're going to spend this time and money and then you're not getting a return. It's got to have, you know, content that affects the people that are viewing you. Okay, we're all clear with that? There's the agenda back there, guy. There's the agenda back there. Yeah. My little buddy's not here today, so you're on your own. All right. Has anybody bought any ads on? Okay, so any questions on content, engagement, and having an online page?
Touch back on the registering on Google. I've done that previously, being a music teacher or whatnot. For rental property stuff, I don't know if I want to drop pins, you know, on a personal address, because I don't have like, you know,
I wouldn't.
PO box.
You can do it at your mailing address, like if you have
A PO box kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anonymity is more important than that. Anyone can find you. I was talking to someone the other day. I mean, like, it's not hard to find anybody, and it's just even there's some websites that I came across the other day that blew my mind. Just what data you can find on people. Okay, you can try to hide as much as you can, but I wouldn't make it obvious either.
Sure.
You know, but these millennials are incredible people, man. They're getting even more animal and more instantaneous. So it's just going to get even worse. But like he said, if you have a P.O. box or a friend has a building like this building and you rent here,
just use his address.
just use this address. Right? I mean, you just, because when people search this, you know, what's the number one search engine? Google. What's the number two? Video. I mean, YouTube. YouTube. Okay, and what's after that? Twitter and Facebook. So all that aggregates from the web. So all that comes. So you can't go wrong pinning this place as your deal. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I mean, because they're going to get frustrated because they can't get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got some ideas how people can get frustrated. I don't think I wrote that down. I'll write that down. There's another on my ideas thing.
And the app or website is Google My Business.
And you got to verify. It's like a two-step verification. Okay, cool on content and engagement. So, man, we can dig deeper into all these. This is just a guide. But if you don't have a Facebook page, you know how to operate Facebook, probably shouldn't ask a question. That shouldn't be me, but everybody cool on that? Okay. Anybody ever ran an ad campaign?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of results have you had? And what is it for your roofing company?
Yeah. You know, for a roofing thing, it's hard to measure. I mean, I definitely got exposure. I got page likes out of it. So, you know, so once I kind of get them to like my page, then I can keep feeding them stuff without having to, you know, run the ads and stuff. So, I mean, you know, they said I reached, like, you know, thousands of people, you know, scrolled through and saw the ad.
Well,
So-
did you hear what he said? They said they reached. Okay? That leads me, Jose.
Hey,
It's been a long time, man.
long time.
Okay, so the number one thing you need to do, anytime you need to spend money, what you need to have a return, right? What's an average is for every dollar I spend, I should get 3 or 4 back in return. But the number one thing a lot of people don't do is they don't test it. They're running ads and they're not testing them. Okay, so this is what I would do. I would run an ad campaign, and we can drill this even harder, and I have some experience in this area. But I would get CallRail, which is CALLRAIL, callrail.com. You get 10 phone numbers for $30 a month. Okay? So, you can cancel and shut this down. Anybody have CallRail? Okay. I have the signs outside are on CallRail. Everything I have, I test. When you do CallRail, it whispers in your ear, and you can shut it off and change it. And I have like certain properties on certain phone numbers. I have certain states on certain phone numbers, so I can track it. So I know exactly what's working. For example, Mr. Roof Guy, I would have an ad campaign: snow, you're gonna die, world's gonna end. And not have that campaign under that phone number that's just triggered, just goes over the weather. Then I'd have one that's like over hail, and then I would track all those down to which one's working, and then after a month or 2 weeks, and then I would just spend my money on that one area. That's number one. People fail, and another reason why people don't do this is that they don't know how to do it. Okay, it's extremely inexpensive to do this, but they don't measure it, and so you have to measure this. Now, I know someone that they spend a lot of money with ad campaign, and that's how they rent their houses out. We could spend an hour just on ad campaigns, but you can get really crazy. I can put Jose Ramirez's phone, well, his common name, but Steve VanCauwenbergh. Like, you want to reach my customers. Okay, great, appreciate your card. Okay, so I have 3,000 followers on my Facebook page. I speak in real estate. I have written several books on real estate. So who's my fan base? Real estate. Jose wants to be a book writer. Jose wants to cut into this horrible industry of real estate as a speaker. Good luck. And the fastest way he could do that, he can put my name in his ad campaign, and it would just serve my 3,000 customers. Okay? How powerful will that be?
Super.
So it would just be really easy if I wanted to cut my teeth in how to be a real estate guru. I would just find that guy in that market. You could use his Facebook page. When you going through all the steps, who do you market? You can market 15 miles from this address or all of Oklahoma City. So this is very powerful for buy houses. A lot of the guys that I know that are taken down, have you seen bandit signs are not everywhere as much? A lot of their money is online, and they're yielding tremendous amount. And I can't remember what the ratio is. It's like for every $1,000 they're spending on Facebook, they're getting like $10,000 because no one else is doing it. And like, so they spent that. Do you guys spend money on Facebook?
We just started.
Okay. Anybody else for buy houses? Anyway, it's working, but you can get real specific, real in that one neighborhood. Now, if a landlord, now you can buy a cash buyer's list, right? And if you go to Real Estate ABC and you go there, realestateabc.com, and you type in an address. Does everybody know about this website?
No.
Man, we need to have a technology class. We have that next month?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring out all the websites that I use. I use realestateabc.com. The part of this website is that it gives you a list of cash buyers that are transactions that are happening. The MLS only records MLS transactions. Well, I sell houses all the time to investors. It's not recorded in the MLS. The MLS never heard about my purchase sales. I just sold a house the other day. No one knows about that unless you find that house in that neighborhood and look it up on the county. This website aggregates that information. So it takes that information, all the public records of all the transactions that are happening, and it spoons it up for you, and it gives you comps of what it's worth. Instead of going through a realtor, this is kind of a soft way to get a comp. Well, you can download that information, and you can find, not off of that website, another website, you can buy cash buyers, and I can find cash buyers, or I can, off of Real Estate ABC, I find out where all the traffic is happening. I find out where all, for example, does anybody know in Oklahoma City where all the money is being spent right now? Anybody want to take a guess?
Downtown.
Okay, kind of near downtown. There's an extremely hot area. You'll pee your pants at what's going on down there. You probably may or may not know this. Anybody? Keep going. Guess an area. Blackwell, keep going.
Between
You
May and
guys are way
Classen.
behind.
May and Classen.
Number one right now is Linwood. That's
No, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
Linwood.
I sold my tortilla factory there.
Well, usually people that are huge have cash, and there's industrial investors that are in there buying up hundreds of thousands of square foot. It's going to be the next, and they just renamed it, call it the Iron District. It's going to be bigger than Plaza.
Whoa.
That Linwood area?
Linwood from Classen and Penn. Apparently, that's the only road that has 2-car driveway with a medium. I'm not really sure.
Yes. It goes into Virginia.
Yeah, there's some kind of weird thing there, but it's the Linwood area. If you're a wholesaler, give me a call.
They have a lot of homeless. They build $1 million homeless.
There's
shelter.
been over $8 million of transactions that have been in that neighborhood secretly for the last 2 years. It just got exposed. That area's going to blow up. That's going to be the next area. Okay. Well, how do you find that out? That information? Well, you know people, but you can find that information out through the website, through Real Estate ABC. You could see, go look in there, type in a Linwood address in there, and you could see what transactions have been done in that area. you could see a lot of cash has been moving in that area, and that's where you might want to market. Facebook ads, people, Okay, I know I'm getting on a tangent here. All right. So use free graphics, eye-catching social media graphics. You can go to Canva and PicMonkey. You can also go to Shutterstock. You can go 20 other places. There's tons of free stock photography. With the new generation and what we're doing, everybody is visual. If number 2 search engine is YouTube, why is that? Because we're lazy. And we want it instant. We want someone to tell me what to do. We don't want to research it ourselves. So, and that has turned us into iPads, iPhones, and all this other jazz. Well, that turns us into a visual people, right? And so just you putting an ad, I buy houses with text, is not going to work compared to someone that's going to have an ad that says I buy houses and it's red or has someone dying on there, they need help and I'm, okay? So now, how I sold my house a couple of weeks ago. I have no idea what I'm only involved with 9 other market groups. Does everybody understand the Facebook market group? Is that new? Does anybody raise your hand if you've never heard of Facebook market group? Okay, so on your Facebook on your phone. So you come over here to Facebook. That's that one thing in the middle. Okay, that's the Facebook market group.
Marketplace.
By marketplace. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And then you have separate groups. Okay, I posted that house on 8 groups, and that one, and it automatically populated it in that as a sale. If you go there, house for sale, Facebook knows what you're trying to do, and you put in the price, you put it up. That's how I sold it. That simple. So you have to get involved with other landlords because other landlords are pushing their information out. So there's groups that are dedicated to landlords. For example, so I have a bunch of vacancies right now, and Jose may not have some vacancies. He's all filled up. Well, Jose sees me post a house in a group that we're both in. A tenant calls him and says, hey, I need a house. Oh, no, I just saw VanCauwenbergh's post. Go to his website. Okay, that's one way. Okay, now you can ad campaign them. You can direct people to your website for rentals. So you can, and I have not done this, and I hadn't had time to call this guy to ask him exactly what customer he goes after. But I would really like to know: is it 18 to 25, Oklahoma City? If it was in Norman or if it was an apartment building, it would be a little bit different. If it was downtown, it would be a millennial. But like me, my houses are all over the place. I have some in Midwest City. I have some on the east side. I have some over here on the south side. It would be really hard for me to have a specific campaign dedicated for that. But if you're trying to promote one specific area, that may work for you. Any comments? Okay. And so, but the most important thing you need to do, you need a friend or get invited or get into every group that you can get a hold of. To the degree where it's just an animal. Just, I don't know. Is there anybody? How many groups is anybody in? Give me some numbers. Are you in? How many groups are you in? 8? Yeah. That's it?
Just one.
The same ones I'm in?
Just one.
Well, that's your problem. Anybody else? 10, 20? I mean, there's some girl I know that's in like 100 groups. I mean, she's the one that's in like over 90 transactions through Facebook. So she has made Facebook her only means of marketing. Well, she's a super smart girl. Okay, here's another thing that's interesting. This is something that you need to have on your website. So if you have a regular rental website that's going after, like, people come on the website and they see houses that you have for rent. All right. So everybody understands what you're trying to do. You have a house for rent, and you have a website they're going to. Like, for example, mine is okcapple.com. You go to okcapple.com. There's all my houses. You go in there. You need to have, and it's probably hypocritical, but after I was researching and preparing for today, it's like you've got to make sharing mindless, where it's just easy to share. So, like, for me, I like to share. I like to help people. So on my Chrome browser, it's called Shareaholic. It's an extension. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what Chrome extensions are?
Yes.
How many people do? 3? Half the room? Okay. Well, Chrome is your browser, right? Everybody got that? You can have your browser do things in the background for you. Like it runs in the background. Everybody understand what that is? Like a software. Well, you can have extensions, and like, for example, I have a PDF extension on my Chrome where I can grab something and turn it into a PDF. Okay, that's an extension. Plugins. Yeah, they call them extensions now. But there's an extension that I have on mine called Shareaholic, where because people ask me for stuff, and so I'm on a website and I'm just talking to a friend of mine, and he is looking for this one item on Amazon. Instead of me clicking on the share button on Amazon, I click on this extension and it sends it for me real easily. Or I have an extension for my Evernote. Does everybody know what Evernote is? I click on my Evernote, and there's an Evernote extension. It dumps everything into my Evernote. I have a Google Drive extension. I want to drop it into my Google Drive wherever I'm at. Then there's also extensions for reading. Like you can drop stuff into stuff to read. So everybody cool with the extensions? So we probably should do this class next month.
Mm-hmm.
Will be worth $10 in?
Oh, yes.
All right, I'll drop that one.
Ray said he's grandfather.
Huh?
Ray said he's grandfather.
He's grand?
He's grandfathered in.
Who? No, this is it. This is the last free one. you ain't going in. We're going to have a bouncer. Your boy, Shane's pimp, he's like, I'll be there. I'll be your bouncer. I was like, that's a great idea. You're not getting in, cheap mother. So, but the point is, to go viral, what does viral mean, right? It's sharing something. I was reading an article when I was researching this yesterday. Anybody see that post where the family's photos were messed up? That they went to a photographer, and the photographer took pictures, and they sent them the final prints, and all their faces were cartoony. It's like almost freaky.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen that?
Yeah.
That's effing viral.
Yeah.
That was so viral, like I saw it, and I'm like not even involved. Like I'm like the last person usually. I know this sounds like I'm savvy. Dude, I'm not savvy. Like I just listen to people and I just rewrite it out. Like it's not complicated. Like you got to tell them, I don't even know what the weather's doing. And I clicked on it. I Googled the dude's name, and it was extremely powerful. They're being interviewed on Insider Edition.
Oh my God.
I mean, why is that? How is that? It's because it's shared. So you've got to be able to have your content, if you're a speaker or you're selling houses, it's got to be easy to be shared. It's got to be mindless. So for me, it's easy. Like people ask me, like just yesterday, someone's like, what mattress do you use for your Airbnb? Well, I just clicked on Amazon, I typed in King mattress, and I clicked the button and I sent it to my friend because he's building an Airbnb, right? It's got to be mindless. I don't remember what I paid for the damn thing. That's why I love Amazon so much. It stores everything I ever wanted in there. So I can find it, I can reference it, and I can categorize it. You could do that in Evernote, but I still would have to search in Evernote, and then most people don't know about Evernote. Does anybody? You should Google up Evernote. You can run a whole company on your Evernote. But all right, so it's got to be easy. So if you're going to hire a web guy or whatever you're going to do, sharing has to be easy. You've got to make it share and make it easy for them. All right, so you've got to add reviews. You got to get reviews. I don't know why I put services on there, but you've got to like make this. What is that called? Social proof. There's like 100 books that I've read, but you got to have it. Have you been on a website where Sally just bought this item? Have you guys ever been on a website? Have you guys seen? It's called social proof. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm looking up some health vitamins because my kids are sick right now, and so I'm reading all about if it's vegan. I'm reading all this stuff, and then all of a sudden a little screen popped up. Mm-hmm. Sally from Kentucky just bought this.
Yes.
Yeah, right. That's a lot. That's actually called contextual marketing. I used to kind of be in that little world, but that's called social proof. You got to. The same thing is with reviews, and they've got to be as authentic and as genuine as possible. So you got to if you got to manufacture these reviews, try to get someone else to vet you out why they should rent a house from you or why should they sell you a house. Like if you sold a house just recently or for a roof, like get that testimonial. Nate's done a roof for me. I haven't done a roof with you in 10 years, right? No offense. hey, what's up? Come shoot me. Get your little outfit on. So, but he could say, I've done a roof for the Savvy Landlord, whoopie woo, like it means anything. But for some dummy, it may mean $1 million to them. Oh, the Savvy Landlord guy got a roof done with Nate. Why not? You can pay me for that review. I'd be happy to oblige to assist you. So get reviews. Get reviews from your friends. Get reviews from my mom. I always call my mom, Mom, I need you to help me write me a review. My mom was the first one, went on Amazon, wrote a review. All right. Excellent photography. Now, keep in mind, I put on there, excellent. Excellent. Don't put anything janky, and don't, it's like when I used to work at McDonald's when I was 14 years old, they were like, would you eat that? Hell no, I wouldn't eat that. So then don't serve it. That's what I learned. Back then, they would make 20 burgers and leave it up there for 3 hours. Now it's instant, and I always stick with me. If you can lean, you can clean. I was like, you're right. I'm not going to clean. So don't try to put up some funky photography up there. Make sure it's the best photography. And I learned this the hard way. This is a crazy thing that just happened to me. So I just sold a property in Florida. I was renting out this property $300 a day in Florida. I did very well. I crushed it. I thought I crushed it. So I sold this property, and I went and looked at dude's Airbnb. He's making $525 a day. And his pictures were excellent. Because I was so cheap to pay $125 for some dude to roll over there or some gal roll over there, take high-quality photos. But I just had my little, camera photo. Thought I was killing it. See what I'm saying? How much revenue did I made $50,000 that year in 2017. I mean, I lost $25,000 in revenue potential because why? Circle excellent photography. So, and blast me. I mean, I just gave some houses over to a property manager yesterday, and I said, oh, they're on my website. Go on my website, okcapple.com. He goes on this. Hey man, those photos suck. Like real fast. And then I forgot to change those photos out. And my rule in my company is like every property must have a video now, because I know that's every property we buy, whatever we do, it's automatic. We have to have a video. But I was so busy, I forgot to do that. Forgot to do the photography. And then so now I'm like, okay, we need to put that on a checklist somewhere because somewhere we're dropping the ball. All right. Any questions so far? So that's first phase 1 of Facebook More. Has this been helpful?
Yeah.
Especially since you're a rock star, travel the world. And Facebook has got like a 10,000 fans. This is Maggie McClure up here. She's a songwriter, singer-songwriter. World famous. She's played the Madison Square Garden. Can you do that? Can you?
No.
Nope. That's some people's dream. That's not my dream. I want to own that mother. I don't want to be in it. I want to own it. Just send me a check, homie. We'll be all right.
That's an idea.
So have you learned anything so far?
Oh, yeah.
Has this been helpful? Okay. Is there anything that you want to contribute? Because I'm about to get gangster on these ideas. And I separated them specifically. Because these are amazing.
Seriously.
Nobody? Anybody contribute? Okay. Listen, you need to go live on a property. I know this is weird. I see this stuff and I'm like, oh, this is dumb. But people like this. People like you to go live. There's a guy there's a photographer. There is a realtor that I follow, and I can't say his name. Does anybody know? His name starts with an A-L. I think he's a Keller Williams. He's commercial. It's kind of flamboyant. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, we can find his name up. Let's find his name up. All right, so I'm trying to tread lightly here. I'm almost saying this guy, this dude, he's selling houses. Where is this guy? He's got a weird name. It's like with a D at the end. Of course, stupid Facebook. All right. Anyway, I all of a sudden, I'm engrossed in this dude. Like the way he's walking around this house, showing this like $500,000 house in Edmond, and he's like commentarying on the fireplace. Like I don't know how I got sucked into the guy. Maybe because of his body language was a little. For me, but I was a little nervous, And I was like, I actually friended this guy, and I actually ran into this guy, and he was like a celebrity to me. And I'm 40 years old.
Don't fall in love.
Yeah.
No, I'm not GAY. I just want to let you know. But I respect gay people. I'm just saying this is not the road I want to go down. But I actually ran into this guy. This is a true story. I mean, I saw him and I saw his videos, and I was like, it just intrigued me. And I'm like, and I looked up the house he was showing. Actually, I tracked this dude down like I'm a crazy stalker. I went and saw that dude. I looked up his house. I want to know how much it went for. I want to know how it was listed, how many days it was on the market. Then I went behind that dude, and I find who bought it and who knows that guy. I mean, that's how crazy I was, because I was like, I'm not doing something right here. I saw this dude's videos. I'll find his name. I'll email everybody, because I can't find it right now. It's like ALIGH or something. And just the other day, I was at a commercial real estate party over, I don't know if it was New Year's, Christmas, and this room was full of super duper people that own all this stuff. And I'm hanging out at this party. I'm shouldn't be in the room. And that dude is there. I mean, he had like the belt buckle. I mean, that dude was on it. I was like, damn. I mean, and so I was so smitten by this dude. I like ran over to him. I was like, yo, your videos are bomb. Do they work? They work. Like, I almost felt like I should give that guy a listing. I'm being serious. Like, I'm being honest. I'm not gay. I'm not, nothing wrong. You want to be gay, be gay. But I was drawn to this guy, and I was like, obviously he has something working. Do nobody knows this guy? He's a Keller Williams guy. Man, I don't have time. I can't.
Is he himself in the video?
Just him. And he's like bald, and I mean, he's not like some like. I gotta watch what I gotta say. He's just not like, it's not like a supermodel. Like, I was like attracted like physically, or I don't know whatever. But this is a hard conversation. This is like this is really hard. I'm like trying to be like down and dirty. I'm like, I was drawn to this guy's commentary, and he wasn't being fake, and he could tell he was homosexual. I mean, it's obvious. Like, and he's obvious about it. Like, that's cool. I respect that. But he wasn't speaking to homosexuals, and he wasn't trying to like get homosexual sales. It's like putting Christian on your business card. I just want to stab the next person I see one of those. For real. Like, put the little Christian fish. Don't put that on your business card. Live it out. Right? This dude's living it out. Okay? So, but when I was watching this deal, I was like, man, it was interesting. He was like kind of a decor type of guy. And I mean, this is a house in, not Linwood, but off of 23rd. I don't know. What's that area? 23rd and Penn. East of Penn. Anybody know that area?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, like Venice, Las Vegas.
Gatewood.
Yeah, a little bit north up there. Maybe it is Linwood.
Brown.
Okay. But I mean, like, the house oversold by like $20,000. And I believe it was the way he presented that property. And I think that's just another really extremely high area in Oklahoma City, because they're not making any more space in that area. They're not doing. And then I was at the party and I saw that guy, and to me, he seemed like I was just drawn to him, and I just started talking to the guy, and then I bumped into him again at the coat check, and I was like, what is this guy doing that I'm not doing? It's the video. It's the video. You have a persona. Mine on me is radio. People listen to my podcast. I'll be somewhere, and like they just say, that's that savvy guy. Some people are drawn to my ghetto-ness. I don't know why, but some people are drawn to my ghetto-ness. They listen to my podcast, and it creates a culture for those people that are interested in what I'm trying to get out, And so you need to be really go live on a property. Guy went on live, and then I don't follow this guy. I don't stalk this guy. I just want to know if that worked. Does going live work? And he was a Keller Williams. I didn't even know he was a commercial realtor. He was selling a residential property. I'm in commercial. He's in residential. He was on a residential thing. He went live on his deal, but when I got his business card, he was all commercial. Thought that was very interesting. And the interesting thing, I went back and I kept following this guy for a while. Now, of course, I dropped off because I don't got that kind of time to be stalking people. But I went back and saw some of his videos and just kind of watched his stuff, get tips. So, but I think the power was that he went live. He had like 100-something people watching him at that one time. And then when you go live on that property, what happens? It can over and over plays. It's on his feed. When I'll get it, I'll email it out to you guys. And do you guys all get the meetup email? Everybody gets that? Okay. We'll get up on Meetup and get the email. Okay.
Text, but that's it.
Well, text costs me more money. That's another reason why we're charging. If you're new, you just came in, we're charging $10 next time. Don't come back. Bring your 10. All right, this is an interesting thing too. Back to the video. So you know your little face is on there? Your face is on your page? You can make that a video. Did you know that? Has anybody ever seen that?
Yes.
I've seen a guy like skydive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, and the face. Like I just changed mine yesterday just for fun. I just, try to cycle it through. But Google up, use Facebook cover video, and it'll show you how to do that. And you can put, it's just another way to drop, you could put your commercial in there of your iBuyHouses.com or NewWestern.com or what, Lord, whatever. Just, you can get something created. And how do you guys get videos created? Where's a good place to get videos created? Fiverr. Fiverr.com.
What is it again?
Fiverr. Fiverr.com. For probably about $15, you can get 30-second video done of just imagery, houses, all kinds of stuff. We're going to talk about that next month, okay? So next month we're going to talk about websites, going into that. I'll break all that down. I'll even show you. I get tons of stuff done on Fiverr. Okay, so idea number 2 or 3. Create a Facebook group. Your own Facebook group. All right? As I realize, now there's a lot of things you can do. If you're in a bunch of groups, and I've tested this before, of a video that I made, and you have to hand do this, and you can hire someone to do this. But you can go to each group and upload a video for that group. Now, most people just want to put a link for that YouTube video in there. First of all, you got to get a video, you got to upload the video, and the best success is uploading that video independently per social media, and then inside Facebook per group. That's very labor intensive. Okay, so don't think that you put your video on YouTube and then you just send the link to your Facebook and it will pop up, right? It looks like it's not there. It won't go into the search engine inside Facebook. So you have to manually upload the video to Facebook. So for example, like if you follow my radio show, I have a machine that does this. I record my podcast one time, and I put my podcast into this one machine or software, and it actually manually uploads to all those places. It's called syndication. So it manually uploads it to Facebook. A robot does it. It's called a bot. Okay? So you can do that too. But just so you know, to get good, real, authentic search engine optimization, you need to upload that video independently per group. Or don't just be lazy and upload it to YouTube and you think life's going to be grand. You need to upload it to YouTube and for sure Facebook. If you do anything, do those two. Okay? If you make a video. All cool on that one? A lot of people make a mistake. They just think it's in YouTube, and because when you click that URL and you copy it and you drop it in your Facebook aggregates the image. Have you you guys understand what I'm talking about? And you think it's embedded in there. It's not. It just shows that person has to click that. Facebook doesn't like that. Because why? Facebook is in straight competition to you. Yeah. There was something else the other day that there's an algorithm that's out there, and I probably I'm just making this up, so don't hold me to this. But I've noticed that there's something going wrong with Google and Amazon, or Amazon hates Google now, or something's going on. But none of my Amazon, like when I type in something, I usually get an Amazon link. Those are not happening anymore. They're going to other stores. I think that either Amazon has not been paying for a search engine, or there's a battle going on there, which is kind of frustrating because it's not serving up. It's only serving up what they want you to serve up. Okay. So create your own group. Okay, it depends on what you're trying to do, but you might want to create, I don't even know if there's a rental group out there. I don't know. Does anybody know if there's a rental group out there? There probably is. Does anybody know about one? Landlord group? Well, someone needs to set one up. Okay, this is interesting too. So now does anybody know what Google Alerts are? Anybody heard of that?
I've heard.
Okay. Well, Google Alerts are, you can set these keywords. Like I have these keywords: wholesale, duplex. Anytime, anywhere on the internet in Oklahoma City, anybody puts those words up or they're in a newspaper, I get an email. That's Google Alert for those items. Okay, just get your pen rolling there, buddy. I see Nate get all excited. It hasn't yielded me anything, but I do have another key. I have another Google Alert that says Savvy Landlord, and it's just to see if people are talking about me, to see what's going on in my sphere. So go to Google, type in Google Alerts. Okay. Now, the same thing is with Twitter. Now, Twitter is like instant free. I mean, it's rolling. You can set up, Twitter keywords like this. Anyone know a house for rent? Or I want to sell my house, or I want a divorce, or handyman special. If you're trying to buy houses, I got a house for sale, I'm getting divorced. You can set up Twitter, because that's where people are on there communicating. It's fascinating, the age groups. Like, for example, what's the number one source of communication right now? Probably, what's the best social media right now?
Snapchat for kids, if you're looking at your generation.
Okay, what's another one? Instagram. Instagram is like number one. For like, it's fascinating. I don't know if it's for millennials, but people are tired of Facebook because Facebook is serving up, but Facebook is still, it's like Google. It's huge, right? But the true social media, millennials, people that are on it every day. Now, just 4 or 5 years ago, what was it before? Twitter. It was Twitter. Like, I would run into a high school kid. He would not even be on Facebook. He wouldn't even be on email. He was only on Twitter, and he was only on Twitter with his little friends, his 20 friends from high school. That was it. I mean, he had several hundred friends. Well, it's the same thing that's happening now is Instagram. If you really want to, now we're talking about Facebook, but if you really want to blow up your marketing, Snapchat is powerful. I don't know how much long, you look at Periscope. Periscope didn't last long, right? And I don't know how long Snapchat's going to last, but Instagram is on fire. And it's going to stay on fire, and it's huge for businesses. And a friend of mine, he runs his whole business. I talked about this last time. He just uses text messages and Instagram. That's it. The guy has no email. He has a Facebook account. He never checks into it. That's all that dude operates. His whole world is those two. And he's like 30 years old. Fascinating. So just be on top of it. So, I can overwhelm you all day long and we can all cry. There's 1,000 things you got to do, right? You got to get a Facebook page. You got to get a Twitter account. You got to get, I have a Twitter account. My Twitter account automatically feeds off of stuff that I'm reading, and it automatically feeds syndicated from my podcast. That's all I use Twitter. I don't have it on my phone. I never even look into Twitter. It's random that I'm in Twitter. But there's people that are religious about Twitter. People make money off of Twitter. If you had to pick one of them, I think Facebook would be the strongest one of the marketing masses. Okay, so also celebrate milestones. Facebook is really good. We're still talking about Facebook, but look, you just bought a house on Facebook. Celebrate that. I saw the other day some realtor. I don't know who this girl is, but she's like, I bought my first commercial property. I'm like, good luck with that. I'm like, it's all glamorous. Yeah, right. Good luck. Commercial is not the game if you're a rookie, man. I'm choking. So you celebrate that milestone. Celebrate, hey, Sally just rented a place today. We would love to take care of your needs. Create milestones. All right. So we talked about testimonies. I mean, you can't go wrong building up as many testimonies as possible. I mean, from all your friends, you just have a whole section of testimonials. Okay, now, so we talked earlier about the call rail, right? So you're running ads on a campaign that feeds this message, that feeds to this phone number so you can track it, right? Everybody follow that one? Okay, well, you're going to do the same thing on social specific landing pages as well. You could do that. Now, this is a little bit more advanced for, like, if you're selling a specific product and but like you're trying to sell a certain type of house, you can create a social specific, like say if it's an affluent neighborhood and you're trying to sell an affluent house, like Nichols Hills, let's say, and these certain social groups are in there, you can create a landing page. Everybody know what a landing page is? A landing page is like, they're irritating. You go to the website and all of a sudden, please put in your information and I can't move forward. Mm-hmm. That's a landing page. But you can use a social specific landing page that kind of helps you generate leads on what you're trying to do. If you're a wholesaler trying to find buyers in a specific neighborhood, or you're trying to sell a property in a specific area, you might want to look into that. So Google up social specific landing pages, and this is a little advanced. Okay, the next idea. Anybody else any questions so far? Nope. All right. Experiment with videos. Now remember, Mike, this dude got me all intrigued, right, with this behavior of showing a property. Oh, and an interesting thing, he was promoting his open house. So it was on Sunday. I'm randomly on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. The guy's at an open house, and he does a live video of an open house. That's how that all transpired. So, people tell me all the time I should do live videos when I'm recording this, and you can attract more people that way. Or when I'm sitting down, and I randomly do my podcast at random times. But, I don't know how I could orchestrate it. Plus, who wants to be looking at me all day? But for her, that may be working out. For me, it doesn't work out. But most people want videos. So you've got to try to create that. And you try to be consistent with it in an experiment. So if I was restarting, my roofing, this would be easy for my roofing guy. What's the diff? Is it always price or is it product when people are making a decision to hire a roofer? Well, what's your number one opposition in selling a roof?
Really, there's a lot that goes into it, and it depends on
Pick one.
The customer.
Quickly. Pick
market.
One. What's one objection? I want to hire you, but I can't because what?
Price, of course, is always one.
Okay. So we'll do two for you. Real simple. Number one, we do a video on what's the difference in price between, what's your company name?
Home Contracting.
Home Contracting LLC. Well, we have insurance. That's the reason why we're a few dollars more. We have a full-time guy. We have an office building. We're legitimate. We've been in so we address our objections through the video. Okay? Now, I thought you were going to pick quality, so that's easy. Nate should create a video at Crossroads deal. This is how I would do it. I would go to Crossroads guy and say, hey, do you mind if I come in here and shoot a video? And I'm going to, you could probably get the guy to pay you to do this. Mm-hmm. Probably. You go in there and you become an expert. Yep, this is called an architectural blank laminate 45-year warranty. Okay, then go and spend 3 minutes on the warranty, because warranty's a lie anyway. But let's just go into it. Yeah, it's got to be, Then you come over here. This is a 3-tab, and this 3-tab, maybe you generally use for a landlord. So you throw out a big buzzword or a real estate investor. So now you just became an expert. That you're such a master at different types of shingles, and this is a 5-minute video, and you just created expert who you are. You just dropped Crossroads as the number one supplier in Oklahoma City, right? Next to Fox, I'm assuming. Probably.
Yeah, they're
Crossroads is one of the largest. They have like 3 places now or something. So 4. Right. So you got their name recognition. You co-op with them. You become an expert on video. Now you got to look good. You got to practice. You can't just be like ghetto with dip hanging out of your mouth and your pants are pulled down. And you probably shouldn't be wearing a suit if you're a freaking contractor, right? You really need to outthink this deal. But you could create this video, and I promise you, this video probably would not go viral. But I could use this video on my website, the do's and don'ts of quality shingles. Then you scare them at the end. Don't fall prey. Did you know it's only a $500 difference between, usually on an average, it's a $500 difference between laminate, architectural, right?
and impact resistant.
There, whatever. Whoopie whoop. They don't even. Who knows that? No, but I guarantee. Who am I going to call? The guy that knows about it. Then it's on his website. You experiment. I actually do this with one of my clients right now, and it's blowing up for him. He's becoming an expert in his field, and he's a schmo for nobody knows him. But now he is an expert in this one area just by doing that. And you experiment with videos. You can send it in your email. You can put it on the bottom of your email on your signature. You can put it on your Facebook. You can cycle this through on your Facebook. You can put it through your Twitter. I mean, experiment with videos. Make them what's a good length of a good video?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
1 to 3 minutes.
1 to 3 minutes? There you go.
And you have to put a little thing at the bottom that says, well, watch my 1 minute video. Because people will do that, whereas they're afraid you click on it, it's going to be 15 minutes, and they never get to a point. They're not willing to.
Right. And I think you made a perfect assessment. I fast forward every video. That's the first thing I look at. Me personally, is anybody else like this? How long is this going to take me?
Yep.
Like I'll get juicy. I'll look at 10 videos. I'll scroll down 10 videos to see the 3-minute video. Because it's the guy that's on there for 20 minutes telling me how cool he is being a plumber over in New Jersey trying to hook up a water line. Homie, I got to hook up a water line. How do I get there? you know, that's what's going through my mind. And I'm assuming you're female. You're pretty typical. Aren't we all like that? You know, so keep that in mind. Hey, I'm blank, blank, blank with blank, blank, blank. Go to my website. Boom. I mean, has anybody listened to my podcast? It's like, you don't even know. Half the time I forget that I'm telling people who I am. Right? I think it's true because I'm too busy. But people don't want to hear this 20-minute commercial. And we're over inundated with stuff. But if you come with the approach that I'm helping you to help me, we're going to make this better. And no one's taken that approach in the roofing industry. Why not? I failed on roofing. If I can go to your website and before I talk to a contractor, or maybe even use you as a contractor, at least I have an understanding of what's going on. You can, and you are in the real estate sector. I mean, in my sector, the investor sector, right? So, man, I could do 100 podcasts or 100 videos. I could write them all out right here. 100 videos, how to save investors money. What are seconds? Write it down.
Mm-hmm. That's
there you go, buddy. Mm-hmm. You're not paying me, so you might as well write that shit down.
Some people are doing that.
Like seconds. What's seconds? Well, how's seconds? What's 3-tap? What's the advantages of doing 3-tap? Well, I'm a real estate investor myself, and I know that what's my goal here? My goal is just to turn this property, so I may not put the 45-year architectural. I might go with the seconds because I'm looking for a visual element. Because I'm selling this house as is where it is. Now, if I'm putting it on the MLS, I may have a written warranty, right? So that's one video. Well, what's a strategy on can you buy in bulk? If you even just talk about buying in bulk, that makes it look like you're what? Doing bulk roofs? Mm-hmm. Automatically. You don't tell people, yeah, I do 400 roofs a week, and everybody you're a liar. We already know. Right? Anybody tells you that you're doing something, I don't tell you how many houses I have unless you ask me. I don't even want to tell you anymore. But does that make sense? Because it just doesn't do it. Right? But if he says, yeah, if you want to buy in bulk, and this is how you buy in bulk, let's get together 3 or 4. I work with several clients. That doesn't mean how many clients. You communicate that you're authentically trying to help them. You're gonna reciprocate. It should be pretty easy. Oh, anybody else want to do another challenge on a video? How can we do another one? How not to be a deadbeat tenant. You punk bitch. Let's get it on. Pay your rent on the first. I'm serious. I am working on this video. I'm not playing. You think I'm playing? I'm not playing. I have been diligently working on a video when they walk into the office. Hey, this is what happens when you don't do your air filter. Yeah, I mean, you could experiment. What if I made that video, throw it out there, it might go viral? That big bad landlord. Okay. All right, now, what other company? Anybody else have another idea? As a musician, you're a teacher, right? You're a music writer. You're a pianist. You teach piano. Maybe have 4 or 5 classes on how to teach. And it could go like, what's the basics of piano? I don't know. I mean, my son's trying to learn right now. What's the basics? Put that little video together. It can help you in this one industry. All of a sudden, get a record deal based off of that. I don't know. It's possible, right? Any questions, comments? We got 3 minutes. Huh?
How about home inspections?
Do one on home? Oh, that would be awesome. How many items are on a home inspection? 100. There's 100 videos right there. What to look for in exterior. And you can cut these down in 3 minutes. You could be Bob Vila. He talks too long. But you could just cut the Bob down. You could be look, you got a little mustache. You look like that dude somehow.
That's it.
Yeah, just come up with a name. Edwards Skills. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you could do that through video and be creative with it. And then if you give people pure content, and they're going to come to you. And that's what social media is all about. Not all of it, but some of it's all fake. Look at me. Even though everyone's dying on Facebook anyway, it's the highlight reel of lies. The other day I deliberately took a picture of my double chin. For real. It's on there. It's on there. I did. My daughter was jamming me up, put a sticker on my forehead, a little freaking three-eyed monster. Anybody follow me? Anybody see that picture? You seen that? That's the worst photo. I was like, you got to put this out there. You got to show people that you're for real, right? If I'm always sexy and then they see me, I'm 800 pounds, it ain't gonna work, right? Yep, I got a double chin. Only when I go like this, but I do. But it was just like, I want to engage with my friends and my fans, or if I have a few fans out there, and like, yeah, I got a double chin. But I guarantee, like, my wife is a high outgoing person, and oh no, we won't put that out there. And then, okay, I'm gonna put it out there. But I get that too many likes. But it's okay. You shouldn't do it for that reason. Like, you should, if you want to create a great business and a following and grow as a business, then you got to be authentic, and you got to have strategy. And you gotta commit to it too. The thing is, there is so much content, and I preface this in the beginning, dude. I am not an expert in this area, and it sounds like I am. No, I just apply one thing. Most of this stuff is common sense, and the only thing that you need to do is go do it. So, we got 2 more minutes here. Someone raise their hand. Tell me that they're going to go do it, and what are you going to go do? Nate. Tell me one thing you're going to go do.
Videos.
Video. What video are you going to go do? You got to be specific. We're going to do a video. What video are you going to do?
Well, right now I'm working on a big remodel. It's pretty much a rebuild, and I've been, thinking about how it is I can help promote that on multiple levels. One, on the, that I look like the professional. I really know what I'm doing. I can take on a rebuild. And I know every different parts of the components of a house instead of just the roof, which is big.
So to answer the question, you're going to do a video.
Yes.
So we need to be a little bit more specific. Here's a video idea. I saw this, and I know you saw this on video on Facebook, and I would do the exact same thing. A time lapse. Have you seen a time lapse? Someone took down a bathroom the other day. Anybody seen that on Facebook in our circle? Mm-hmm. Are you friends with Roger Godwin?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go to his Facebook page, Roger Godwin, Roger Godwin, and he has 2 of them on there. And I'm not a big fan of, I don't know what I'm saying, but the point is, I saw that video and I was intrigued. He took down a bathroom. If I was uneducated and needed to hire someone, who am I going to go with? It looked like he knew what he was doing.
I saw that.
You saw that video, right? What did it speak to you?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You don't even know why you
speed up.
You don't even know why you liked it, but you liked it.
Yeah.
It was like a janky urinal that they were ripping out of a school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, but it was very interesting. And then they had another, and I called him. I said, hey, that video was great, bro. Do it again. And he did another one, and he's got all this light. That's what I would do. Maybe just narrow it down to one specific thing, and your customer will be drawn to you over that one thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? So he's going to do a video. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do 21,500 reasons not to do what I did. They can learn from my mistake.
Yeah, mistakes. And when people that actually read my book, everyone says they do, but they don't. But when they do, no one reads. That's the first. I should have never wrote a book. That's my first thing. I swear, because I read, but when people do read my book, they always say, "Man, I feel so sorry for you." Why? Because all that you went through, and I'm like, that's the whole point of the book. My success, the people that follow me, that are in my circle, that hire me and do stuff, they're like, I don't want to fail like you, so I want to hire you, so I don't fail like that.
There you go.
And I'm honored.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that's the whole point. It's like, I know how to borrow money. Why would you waste time trying to figure it out yourself? I can tell you exactly how to borrow money. Right? He called me. I gave him 2 things. He went and did it, and he needed to raise $70,000 in a short amount of time. Raise $70,000 in, was it 70? Yeah, he had two potential people like that. Why? Well, because I have 20 years experience raising money. So, use the same thing. What's your industry? Where are you from? You can cross-collateralize anything. I'm not cross-collateralized, but you can apply anything in your river you're a master in. You can apply it to anything. All right, what else? Who else is going to have a challenge? Live. What are you going to do?
Probably go live in one of our properties.
That'd be cool.
There you go.
Go live. Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, who else?
So by go live, you mean do a video of you talking?
We could do Facebook Live now.
Moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of not cool, but it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. If you want to be wealthy, it's not easy. So you're going to have to try stuff that's going to be outside of your comfort zone. If it was easy, everybody would be doing. Is it easy to drive and my wife's blowing me up? You should come home. Dudes cancel on me. I mean, several of my friends. I'll catch it on the radio. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm here. It's not easy, right? Dean said something. If you follow, I tell you that story where several years ago I was managing a band, and we had to set the showcase at this bar. It was a big deal. They were on tour. We had to reroute the tour because Sony Records wanted to come to this showcase. And it was snowing like stupid Oklahoma. Like, it was like, man, no one should be out there. But I knew every time I'm successful is when I do what I don't want to do.
That's right.
Every time something wants to blow up for me, there's always this tipping point. It's a great book. You should read it. It's real simple by Seth Godin. It's a tipping point. You do something that you don't want to do. I didn't want to be here today, and this was awesome. I'm like, damn, one person's going to show up today. Dean was here. Okay, he's like, I'm glad no one's here. It's gonna be me and you, homie. It's like, I'm glad that you're cool, but see, I'm glad that I did it today. My flesh wanted to cancel and run home, right? And look at all those other people that missed out. We could have covered them as an individual.
Well, I was late because you put the wrong address. You put the address on the text. It's the address on the all address.
Let me see your text message. All right, any other questions? So next month, we're talking about
Websites.
technology. Websites like the Real Estate ABC. And we'll drop like probably 50 websites on you that I use on a regular basis to transform your business.
Awesome.
I've got one to follow up on. You talking about Facebook rental groups? We use Buildium to just kind of syndicate.
So I
out
drove all the
stuff.
way there, and then it's like,
Zillow,
I should
Trulia,
back.
guys. Is anyone else really hitting up those Facebook? Going each? I've done that where you go in each every one, and I don't know. I've got 2 vacancies right now, or whatever, and I'm getting plenty of reaction just from Buildium, Zillow and Trulia, and it seems to me just generally that I don't know, the tenants are seems to be working okay. I'm just curious if anyone else is like really going in each and every
And doing it? Are you talking about syndicating it through your Buildium?
Yeah, that's it's like 4 whatever things. I just
think that the number one thing to be successful in this is get it on Facebook. All eyes are on Facebook.
I do that on my company page. I've done an ad with my company page, to try to get, and I've got some shares.
No, I would be specific on a property that you're trying to rent.
Yeah.
Like for me, I have a Midwest City house that it's been vacant for about 2 months. Now I traced back why this is happening, but that's on my radar right now. I would probably run an ad in Midwest City, 30 miles from the center of that address, and blanket it, and spend $25 a week on that, or maybe it's priced out. First of all, I got slammed last month from my mentor, and because I'm having property management issues, and I was like, he's like, bro, it looks like you don't have a house, because I was going to sell the house. Because I look at it as business. If I'm not making revenue, we got to sell this deal, right? There's something wrong here. And I was like, hey, and usually when I pull the trigger on selling a house, I usually run it past somebody before I call them up, and I was like, I'm going to sell this house. blank, blank, blank. I don't know what's wrong. He's like, looks like you don't have a house problem, you have a management problem.
Oh.
So that was
Very
the first.
easy to do.
And so I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, go check out their products. And then, so I went in that same zone. I went on Zillow and I looked at all the landlords are whack. Like my house was stardom compared to all the other houses in that same neighborhood. This is one neighborhood, and there was like 2 other houses. Mine was actually cheaper because that's usually what I do is I just keep lowering the rent. But what came to fruition in my world was my property management. So in your world, it could be it's overpriced. So how do you find that out? Go to Zillow and really don't do Renometer. Go into Zillow, actually look at houses in that area. Go to Craigslist and go inside Craigslist and type in an address similar to that. Like, so if it's on Elm Street, type in the word Elm Street. Try to find true comps. Drive into that neighborhood, 3 or 4 blocks around that neighborhood. That 30 minutes of your life will make a huge difference in your life. Not like me, I'm up here like looking down, trying to act like I know what I'm doing, and I'm failing miserably. Why aren't these houses? I'm losing thousands of dollars. What's happening? Is the market, people call me like, what's the market doing? I'm like, my houses are not getting rented either. Well, I come to find out, we keep making appointments with people, we just don't keep showing up.
Yeah, that's not the issue in this particular one. I'm aggressive low. I was just curious at who all else is actually hitting up.
I'm not doing Facebook. I need to. That's why we had this class.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the worst time to rent because of who you get. They know it. And
Well, I don't mean to punk you because you're really nice back there.
huh?
That's all lies. That's lies. That's lies.
Who wants to move?
It doesn't matter. People need a place to stay.
Oh, sure.
That's just a landlord excuse.
I moved here.
That's
2 weeks
a
before
fallacy.
December, so.
Yeah, just
That is a fallacy. I just want to slap every landlord that says that. Because it's not true. You're just lazy. You're fat and lazy. You're not getting out there hustling the house.
I don't have
Yeah. Right now is the ideal time. Why is that? To me, this is the ideal
They
time.
need a hot place to be.
No, tell me why.
Tax returns.
Yeah.
Steen, you're a
Oh,
superstar.
that's right.
Everybody's got money right now.
Taxes.
So right time. At least
Yeah.
try to.
But if December is a hard month, it is. There is statistical. I have statistical data that some months are softer than other months,
Yeah.
right? But am I gonna lay back on that? No, I'm gonna say Christmas special. Hey, move on in. Half months free. 2 months free.
Tax special deal.
Yeah, or tax special. I mean, what are these people like? I was driving on I-44 or whatever over that new property called Argonne. Hey, you guys know about that one, Memorial in Penn, in Western.
Oh yeah.
The super duper looking place, like by the creek, Chisholm Creek. I saw a billboard yesterday. 2 months free rent.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Aggressive.
Desperate.
Very.
2 months free
Yeah,
rent.
it is.
Well, what does everybody want right now? What would I do?
A free
What
place to stay.
does the millennial want right now? Free laptop. I don't know.
A free place to stay
iPad
for
was
2
really
months.
cool. I don't know. Bicycle.
Sorry.
I mean, figure it out. Get dirty. Get dirty. Get on a hire some sexy millennial. Go on a college campus. Find out who your customer is, and get dirty. But don't say, "Well, it's December, and I'm busy because I
That's
gotta
a
go buy
good-
Christmas
that's an
gift."
attitude for them,
Yeah, we gotta stop being punks. This is a business. This is success, right? To be success is I'm gonna rent this mother effer out. I
Yeah.
made so many mistakes on this building. That's why we're changing things around. I'm like, I had to analyze this business. You know how much it cost me to run this little event? It was cool 2 years ago, but it costs a lot of money. And then when people start asking for free water and you ain't paying nothing, is when shit hit the fan. I was like, wow. So then I'm like looking at my bills because I'm not making any money right now because it's the soft time of the year. And, guess how much meetup cost? Wow. Every time I text message you, it costs money.
And your time too.
Yeah, well, I enjoy helping you. I want to help you. And this is great. I mean, I learned that there's a great book you should always get. If it's out of print, but it's called Teach to be Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. It's hard to find. But I learned that lesson from him. And I do this with my children. For me, I love teaching my children how to about money because it just sharpens my skill. I go to the flea market and I'm like, Kennedy, say this to this guy. Walk up there and then we're how much is this? The guy's like $5. I say, Kennedy, go up there and see if they'll take $3. She's gangster. It pushes me, right? Because I'm teaching her how to negotiate it forces me to negotiate. If I just sit back and thought about stuff, I'm never going to be wealthy. I'm never going to be successful. So to be successful is you teach somebody. That's why you should encourage someone else to mentor somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
You should be mentoring somebody in the music industry. You should be, because then you'll be more passionate about it. Mentor somebody in the real estate industry. But get together with somebody. Have a Bible study. Do something. But you can't do this alone. I realize this is a very people-oriented business. But I guarantee, I know Dean doesn't have a company Facebook page, right? You're one that didn't have one? Right? But I promise you, Dean can teach me something. And then, there's something. Someone in this room can teach someone something. There's some skill here.
That's true. Learn something from everybody.
Yeah, I'm not real friends with Nate. I know him. I've hired him a couple times. Nothing's wrong with Nate, But I guarantee he what does he do all day long?
Work.
I guarantee Nate. He wouldn't tell me this because we're recording this, but I guarantee I know exactly how much he's paying for guys to take off a layer and put on a layer. I mean, I guarantee if I turn this off and ask him how much you paying, he's going to tell me because I know. Or I'll tell him and he's going to say yes or no, right? Well, if you know that information, you can negotiate because someone over here is charging $100 to tear it off. See? So help each other. We're going to network for a few minutes, 15 minutes, hang out, get people's phone number, grow. Next month, I'm sorry, it's $10. If you don't have a $10 bill.
You should double it, 20.
I know. People tell me that. We'll just start off with 10.
10 is cheap.
We'll just start off with
coffee and
I'm not trying to make money on this deal. When I started adding up all the costs, I was like, man, should I give them something since they're paying? I'm like, that's how my mind works. I was like, well, you got utilities, you got meetup. I want to cancel it, So if you don't show up next month, and I know we're going to have half, and then I'm going to have half angry people. So be ready, because I'm going to email them because they're not going to get in. Right?
Cheap, so.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate you, man. All right.
Check, cash, credit card.
I don't know. It's just cash would be best.
Yeah.
Because if you could bring a 10, it'd be great. We will have a credit card machine set up. And don't bring any checks.
Okay. They bounce.
I don't want to say any names, and I can't. I'm serious. I cannot find this bounce check. Someone deliberately bounced a check on me for $15 or whatever. Yeah, it was for real. It's been taped on my wall. I think I took it off. I'm gonna find this person. It's not a name. It's a LLC. And the thing is, someone wrote that check. On a closed account. So that's why when I find that person, you will be into the DA. You will go to jail. I am going to try to jam you. It's a $15. It's a $25. It's a $10 or $15 check. All right, that's how gangster.
Investor Weekend is not far off, with over 10 information sessions to increase your portfolio. Log on to www.investorweekend.com. Whether you are a seasoned investor or never purchased a property before, you don't want to miss the Investor Weekend. Join us for a powerful, knowledge-packed weekend with over 10 informational sessions that are bound to enlarge your real estate investments. You will hear from the best national and local real estate investors that will share practical and relevant experiences with you, the investor. There will be several networking sessions to connect with other like-minded people for potential funding, partnerships, and yes, hot deals. Go to www.investorweekend.com. Did you know we meet once a month for the Landlord Lunch Meeting? The third Wednesday of every month. Go to landlordlunch.com.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.